Hello everyone, my name is Brittany Hughes, and for my business management PowerPoint of ethics, I am going to be talking about the Union Leader. There was an article within the Union Leader written by Jeff Eisenberg, who was a businessman who also was in the ice hockey. He was an executive in the ice hockey field and that sort of sport. And he has his quote on ethics, and it says, "Should ethics, the act of deciding to do what is right, be a sort of inspiration? I think we are reminded daily that it should be." And I personally agree with this because ethics themselves, it's basically just common sense, to where you just act professional in front of your customer and just do the right thing. His main goal is to make ethics inspiring with this report. So, in this report, it was pretty inspiring to where he kept saying that there should be creative ways to keep business ethics going and to keep things professional. Excuse me. And overall, doing the right thing should be motivating, and it should be like second nature to each employee in a business. And like I said, it's common sense to where therefore it should be imperative to fix things that should be corrected, to where if there's something wrong, then it should be done right then and there. In 2019, he became a advisory board member in the Society of Ethics and the advisory board member in the Ethics and Society in St. Anselm College. And the goal in that society is to, quote-unquote, enrich the knowledge and practice of principled ethical decision making by addressing important and social organizational issues through collaborative discussion, research, and education. And through that, they are teaching that good ethics should persuade people not only in the business industry, but also if you have a job or even just out in public, to where making a good decision will benefit them in the long run. And they will therefore foster a positive culture. When it comes to good ethics, there are a couple of guidelines, I should say, of what I put down. Overall, good and honest dialogue during a conflict. So therefore, if there is an argument or something like that, just keep a level head and stay calm and make sure that you're not blowing up on the situation, and make sure that you stay calm and keep your point proven and be honest. That is the key thing, to just be honest within that sort of conflict. And avoiding hypocrisy, to where it's not everything just one-sided. Be open-minded. If someone brings a new idea into let's just say into a meeting, there is a new pitch that one of the employees bring up, it shouldn't be like, oh, mine's better, or they should cut that down. That is most certainly not the case. Just keep an open head, and whenever there is a sort of speech, or you're talking to an employee or higher in command, make sure there is clarity and consistency, to where it's kind of like with honesty. If you're telling the truth, it will stay the same. It will be consistent, and it will be clear as day. Otherwise, it would be inconsistent, and it wouldn't be very ethical. And overall, your transformation from bad ethics to good ethics will be successful through dialogue and also through actions, to where, as they say, actions speak louder than words, but it takes some words to lead a village. So, whenever I was looking through the Eisenberg article, there was this New Hampshire housing crisis to where it, as Eisenberg said, hit hard in the New Hampshire community. There was a crisis level shortage of affordable housing and rental homes to where not only families but also businesses and communities were struggling from the shortage to find places to live, and people were moving away to where they had to lose a piece of their community. And so the Ethics in Society community has been helping, and they were key to aiding in the crisis. And so far, I believe it's a GoFundMe page or something along those lines, to where they've had funds roll in to where it has either very close to being resolved or it has already been resolved in the process. And now we're back to COVID. Overall, when it comes to marketing and ethical behavior, things are turning into what everybody calls a new normal. And I personally think that there should be no time to withdraw for when there's a time of need, especially now. When it comes to marketing and stuff like that, digital technology has been a huge key factor when it comes to making businesses. So, for instance, whenever there is a conference call, they use Zoom or they use some sort of virtual calling platform. And because of COVID, online businesses skyrocketed to where they are making it to where not only it is more convenient for the customer, but they can also make it more personal. And there can be some, like on Etsy, I remember ordering something on Etsy to where you can talk to the owner of that small business and give them feedback, to where if there's something wrong, or you can even just say, hey, thank you very much for the product. And even if there is something wrong, they will definitely be able to reach out to you, whether it's through email, or if you can even give them their phone number, or they can access you through the Etsy account, where once you log on, you'll be able to see a notification. And the overall, when it comes to virtual business and online businesses, the target market is getting a lot easier to access, which means they're able to be they were able to communicate more when that circumstance, and positive advertisements for the products and services, even though they can come out and they can be shown a lot more, it can be a little bit cluttered to be like, hey, this is a good product, this is this, and just overall making sure that, even though keep it short and sweet, don't overly crowd everything with positive reviews. But overall, when it comes to the marketing and the ethical behavior within COVID, the creativity is key, to where just make sure that everything is in order, everything is ethical, and make sure everything's honest, everything is true to its word. There's not a whole bunch of sugarcoating to where they just show only positive ads in their business. And there are my sources, and the Union Leader is where I've gotten the Eisenberg article. And there were some advertising articles that I've looked at to make sure that virtually we keep things in a good ethical environment.